Hello, welcome to the July edition now of the Mathnasium monthly math movie. I might have to retake that. I can't believe it's July already. June went by just like that. Pretty amazing. I hope all of you are having a great summer so far. Hope you guys are having a great time doing trips, just lounging around the house, trying to stay cool. But more importantly, coming in to do Mathnasium workouts. Yeah, we got all sorts of fun stuff this summer. I'll get into that a little bit later on, but I got to clear the desk here of some things first. First, we're going to hit the estimation jar from last month. This was, I don't know what we call these things, Sour Patch candies, I think they were. Whole bunch in there. These are edible, so go ahead and eat these if you win those. I wouldn't recommend it though, because it's sugar, which is pretty much poison. So maybe share it with your friends and family. So the estimation jar, I'm just going to cut right to it. The actual count was 182 Sour Patch candies. That's a pretty small number, and we all know that if the number's small and a whole bunch of people are guessing, then a lot of people are going to come pretty close. And our closest guess, closest to 182, was 180. Wow, only 2 away. That was Whitney, that wasn't Whitney. That was Yu Xuan, got that 180. There was a whole bunch that were super close too, but Yu Xuan, you got it, the estimating jar for this month, by only being 2 away. So that's pretty cool. I did the chart, and like I said, small numbers, we're gonna be grouped. Some people guessed kind of wild numbers like 1,000, but that's cool. That all works out. The group average, which has been pretty off from the actual values. We're trying to train the group to be smart, the group mind. Although it's great to have one person come really close, but the average this time is 195. So the group average was really close, and that's great. Still a lot of people think this is a small number, but it's actually more than you think. So, but everybody did great with that. Yu Xuan, good job with that. We're gonna have that for you to take home. I'm gonna put it right there. Cool. Let's see. Let's do the raffle, because it's right here. We got it all set up here. I apologize. Right now, I don't have a $100 bill. Jennifer went out to get some dinner, and she locked the door, so I can't get to the money. But I had a $50 bill in my wallet, and maybe we got another $50 bill. So we'll make it work somehow, but the winner's going to get the $50 bill, and probably one other. Or maybe a $100 bill if we manage to find that. So here's the first one. I'm gonna let Jennifer, who just walked in the door, she's gonna get to name the first prize winner. Dun, da, da. You wanna do the drawing and name the winner?
Sure, nope. I'd love to do the drawing and name the winner.
No pressure.
I'm gonna pick the best one. And you
pick the winner.
Not it.
This is for the $100?
Not looking.
Just pick one.
Gotta get a good one. I feel one. Owen N.
Owen got the
Yay, Owen.
$100 bill. Dun, da, da, which is $50 bill temporarily right now. And let's do second place. First runner up, we'll call it. So
Still can't look.
Down there. This is going to be for 25 punch cards.
Leia K. Leia's been with us a while.
All right,
Nicely done.
Nice job, Leia. You're great at raffles.
Third.
And third place for 10 punch cards.
Gotta get the ones in the corners.
And don't forget the corners. I actually dropped it on the ground, and so they all fell out.
That's a big pickup.
So the ones that were in the corners aren't.
Isha J.
Isha J.
Yay.
Third place, second runner up. 10 punch cards. Good job, everybody. Yay. Here you go, Vanna. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. Let's move on to fun stuff. Fun stuff calendar. Where is that? So just a quick review. We just finished June, like I said, bam, it went by fast. And we got a bunch of stuff on the fun calendar. So, and it's not necessarily on specific days. Sometimes there's week things that are happening all week. So we did Sudoku challenge, we did some cryptography, we had double punches day. We had a movie night a couple Fridays ago. We watched Lilo and Stitch. That was great fun. We had a good job there. Good time there. We got another movie night. I think it's coming up in August, so that'll be good fun too. We had a paper airplane contest. We did dress up days. We did build a house for Ace, where a bunch of you got to come in and measure and cut out and fold, and some of you actually did this but had to scale it down 50%, so that was kind of fun. A lot of fun stuff on the calendar. Coming up in July, well, we're coming up on July 4th, so the 4th of July, we had Wild West Day just today. We got Disney Day. We're gonna have a game night. This is gonna be Friday the 19th. This is kind of like parents' night out. So drop your kids off, let them play games with us, and you guys can go out and have a date. So it's great for everybody. Kids can bring your own games. So if you got games that you like to play at home, maybe they take a little longer. Maybe we have games here that we just don't have time to get to during a normal session, like Monopoly and things like that are just great games and great mathy games too. So movie night, camo day. So there's some dress up days. We're gonna do some activities and challenges like penny boat challenge, where you get to make a boat out of foil. Try to make it hold as many pennies as you can without sinking. And then even into August, more fun stuff. So keep an eye on that. I know a lot of you are having a good job, having a good time making progress on your summer bingo, because I hear that wheel spinning all the time to get those extra punches. So do the activities and get your punches. So lots of fun stuff for the summer. I skipped right over because this is very important. A couple days ago, last Friday, we celebrated Tau Day. Now, a lot of you didn't know about Tau Day. You've probably heard about Pi Day, and you might not know why Pi is so awesome and cool, and why we celebrate Pi on Pi Day, March 14th. But Tau is better than Pi. It's way better than Pi. We should forget everything about Pi. Pi's all right. I like to eat pie, but as a number, Pi has some problems. And they're not really evident until you get up into the more higher math with trig and some other things. But we're trying to push a movement called basically celebrating Tau. So Tau is 2 times pi. It's a similar kind of constant. It still deals with circles, but it's twice as big. So it's 2 pi. So it's just a number like pi. It goes on and on forever because we can't write it as a ratio or a nice convenient decimal. So it just, and conveniently it starts with 628, which is 6.28, which is why we celebrate Tau Day on June 28th. Now you're probably wondering, what's the deal with Tau? Why are we making a big deal of Tau? Why do we need a new circle constant? Well, there was just a little history a long time ago. Well, probably not a long time ago. 2001, a mathematician, wrote an article called "Pi is Wrong," which is kind of inflammatory, kind of clickbait back in the day. It got people to read the article, and he makes a compelling argument that pi was the wrong number that we picked. We should have picked 2 times pi. And he didn't call it Tau, he called it something else. But this was, Bob Play did the original, kind of got the movement going. And then another mathematician came along and wrote, his name is Michael Hartle. He wrote something that's now known as the Tau Manifesto, which is kind of like, this is what we believe and why we think it's important and why we're fighting for change to use Tau instead of pi. So like I said, it's really, it's pretty complicated looking math. And it talks about unit circle, which normally you don't get to see until high school, but there's some compelling arguments for why we shouldn't have done pi. Bad Archimedes. Should have done Tau. If I could go back in time and meet Archimedes, I'd probably tell him, dude, go all the way around the circle and just call that Tau, and we'll all be good. So I had a handout. I'm going to put this up. This is our number of the day, the number of the month, Tau. I'm going to just put these, this was the handout. I'm going to print these out and put them up on the bulletin board so you all can look at it. But essentially, Tau is just comparing, instead of the diameter to the circumference, the distance around, the distance across, we're going to compare the radius, which is half the diameter. That's why we get double the constant. So it's more natural to think of the radius than the diameter. Most of math things relate to the radius and not the diameter. And all these complicated, I'm just going to hold this up. These are math and kind of some physics-y related things. But if you look closely, and you can look at the posting on the bulletin board when I do it, they all have 2 pi in them. Square root of 2 pi, and e to the 2 pi, and that's just nature telling us we messed up. We should have picked a different constant, so we could just put 1 letter there, Tau. So anyway, happy Tau Day. take a look at that if you like. Google it and read the articles online. It's kind of heady math, but you can handle it. Maybe your parents could go over it with you too. So anyway, that's the number of the month. Let's move on to, I also, during Tau Day, some of you might notice the numbers that we had for Pi Day that y'all created with on the paper plates. Well, I saved them all, and they're all ordered by number so I can reuse them, and we put up like 50 digits of Tau up on the wall, so that's pretty cool. So you can all get a flavor for Tau. Let's move on. I think we're done with that. I did that. Let's do, we're gonna wrap it up with Student of the Month. Student of the Month this time is a 7th grader. I think she's going into 7th grade. Let's just jump right to it, and then I'll talk about how awesome Whitney is. This is for Whitney Cortez. She's gonna be our July Student of the Month. Her name came up a couple times, came up particularly in March when we were celebrating Pi Day, and she was our Pi Day champion. She memorized like 100 and something digits, and she said she knew more. She just made a little flub there and got off by one somewhere. So she really went the extra mile. She kind of felt poorly, I think, the year before, and thought, you know, I can just memorize digits like crazy and be better than everybody, and she did. She worked on it, and amazing. The human brain is cool, and Whitney went the extra mile to be awesome at math and our Pi Day champion. She's been coming, she started in September of 2020. And for those of you that can remember back that far, that was the first year of COVID. We were locked down. We didn't know what was going on. We were doing Mathnasium online. And so that's when Whitney started with Mathnasium Checkup 2. She's working on our 2nd grade assessment. And now here she is a few years later, and she's getting ready for algebra in 7th grade. So Whitney's a champion. She's definitely a Student of the Month, and we're gonna put this up in the window for a couple years till we run out of space. She'll have a certificate to hang up proudly at home, and a 25 punch cards award for that. And also, don't forget Student of the Month yard sign to display proudly. Take a picture of that, please. Send it to us so we can share that with everybody else. So that's it. Have a great summer. Don't forget we have Otter Pops. We're gonna have an ice cream day coming up soon. We'll have ice creams. Just check that fun calendar. Lots of fun stuff. And we'll see you around Mathnasium. Bye-bye.